Hey, welcome back everybody. It's Kenny with the Healing Homestead. Today I'm gonna be taking some of the stuff that we've been cutting down throughout the fall and winter this last year and running it through our friend's chipper. He let us borrow it. We got the big boy. It's a commercial tree chipper. He has ran his own business for decades, and he's getting into that phase where he's kind of phasing out of it himself, and if he does work, he kind of works with someone else, but he's a good friend of ours, and he's letting us borrow this for the time being. So I'm going to try to run as much stuff through this chipper as possible, because you all know with gardening, wood chips come in very handy. And so Delena's going to be using all this stuff that we got cut down here, there. I mean, there's a pile over yonder by the hay bale. There's more back in the woods that I've been using or cutting down while shooting lanes for hunting. We have some up by the house. We had a big red oak that fell down here last year, and we're going to be using that for firewood up there, but there's just a bunch of branches up here, so I'm going to get busy. I'm going to be chopping stuff up for firewood, but then anything that's small enough to run through this chipper, I'm going to be making some mulch. So and it's nice enough today. The bees are probably going to be out, so I'll try to go check in on them. Really, other than that, we're just kind of prepping. We're getting into spring mode, planting the garden out. We're actually doing a function with our church family and friends that we're going to be doing like a homesteading class, where we can maybe bounce ideas off of each other, lend a helping hand to people that are in our area that have projects that may be too big for themselves to tackle, seed swapping. I mean, just information sharing. We're not trying to just build a YouTube channel that's gonna be for us, but build a community that's gonna be good for everybody. And so we're trying to do that as locally as we can, and just like I said, reach out and do our best to not be the only people out here trying to do this self-sustaining life, but to bring some people along with us, because as the times get crazier and things are more, I guess, unguaranteed. I don't really know how to put it, but you just we know our hope is in God and there, but we're here to work the land and to be a light to others, and so that's what we're trying to do here. But I'm going to bring you guys along for this chip session. Hopefully it's entertaining. This thing is very loud, so if there's no audio for a little while, it's because you wouldn't be able to hear anything anyway. So all right. Hey, welcome back everybody. So earlier this morning I was outside doing some chipping with my dad. We got finished with that, and I decided I needed to come out here and crack open the top of these beehives. And I know that one right here, this one on the end, it is probably going to be struggling this spring to kind of get going. I mean, they're very active right now, but when I picked the hive up, the owner who blessed me with these bees, he said that a possum a couple nights before had knocked over the hive. And so I don't know how well they're doing or not, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crack open the lid, I'm gonna drop a pollen patty in the top, and I'm gonna keep feeding them sugar water until it's consistently warm. And then I'll do a hive inspection and just kind of see what they're doing. But since this other one beside it, see that taller one, and it's already got a honey super on top of it, since it seems to be doing okay, like he said that was a really strong hive, there's bees, I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna crack the lid, put a pollen patty in it, and then leave it be until I do my first hive inspections. This is all new to me, so thanks for following along, and it's bound to be exciting, so let's see what happens. Okay, I got way more respect for everybody who's trying to do all of this and film it at the same time, because I barely got my smoker going. I think the camera's knocked over like 2 or 3 times. My dog's eating my honeybees. He just attacks anything that's within his reach. But okay, I'm gonna try to get this going. Hopefully the camera doesn't knock over, because I'm not gonna be able to keep stopping and putting it back up. So let's see it. I got my little puffer going. So got a decent amount of smoke coming out of there. I feel good about that. I'm gonna get my other glove on, and then I'm gonna crack this first lid, drop a pollen patty, put the lid right back on, and then I'm gonna do it with the other one too. It was really cool. I pulled these pollen patties out of the box. I just ordered a box on Amazon. I don't know, I think Man Lake was the distributor. Nothing specific, just heard on a podcast and have kind of heard in the past when I researched that if you got a colony that's struggling to get them through until there's a good nectar flow, you can drop them a pollen patty and they'll start producing brood and doing that until they have what they need in nature. And honestly, I want to get into natural beekeeping where I'm not feeding them at all and they're just doing their own thing. This guy fed them sugar water, and I'm going to continue to do that for now. But my goal is to do natural beekeeping and not have to baby them and have a good, strong colony that does their own thing by themselves. So, all right, let me quit talking and actually do some work. Got a bunch of different hive tools too in this kit my wife got me. Dropped one over here in the fence. So they got J hooks and all that fun stuff. So let me see if I can do this. Don't seem too upset yet, but I'm gonna get this lid back on. supposed to tear all that paper off or not. We're going to see. Put this back on. That there's hive beetles in here. I'm gonna have to get some traps and make sure that taking care of them as much as possible, or getting the bees what they need to help with any of those pests that they might have in their hives. I'm still learning, like I said, a lot. So the mites and all that, I'm gonna have to just check and see, and maybe reach out to some beekeepers that are further down the road than me and get some help. So we will see. But for now, pollen patties are in. Looks like there's pretty built out honeycomb on this one. They're pretty good still. Okay, that's that. They honestly didn't seem to be too upset with me. I'm hoping there's no adverse effects on them. That's the main thing, is like with me being new at this, I'm kind of taking what I think, what I'm learning, what I'm hearing, and just trying to make the best decision as I can as I steward these animals. And I just hope that they make it in through into the nectar flow, and that my goal is to take this hive that's bigger and hopefully stronger than this other one that was decimated by the possum, and split it and put it into my hive. So we're gonna see how that goes. I still need to check on mine, because I think there's an open honey super on top of that one, and I need to make sure that it's not getting infested with wax moss. That's the thing. I'm learning about all the pests and everything, so we're gonna see how it goes. But I might pop into that one here and just have a look-see. But other than that, that's gonna be it for today. So what I ended up doing was I looked in the hive that's actually mine, the Hoover hive that I built, and there was a honey super on top of it that's empty. I don't want it to be sitting there and get wax moss in it, so I'm gonna move it from that hive over there to this weakened hive so that they have a little bit more ability to store up some resources during nectar flow, hopefully in the next few months or so when things start budding. And then I'll work on trying to get bees into my hive and hopefully get them worked up before winter. I know it's just a balance of making sure that they have enough to get them through the winter. So I'm gonna do that real quick. So I'm gonna open up this hive again, put that other honey super on top of it, and then I'm gonna leave these bees alone for a while and just let them kind of do their thing. And once it gets steadily warm, I'm gonna do some more research and figure out when I need to start doing like hive inspections on these bees. And then I will do that eventually. I'll try to bring you guys along. But thanks for joining me. Again, it's Kenny with the Healing Homestead. There's gonna be a lot more stuff coming up, so stay tuned. Bye.